Shiori was just 21 when she met Kazuhito Komatsu, a 26-year-old man who swept her off her feet. He appeared to be charming, presenting himself as a wealthy entrepreneur. But soon after, Shiori realized something was off. Kazuhito wasn't who he said he was. He operated shady businesses with his brother, including brothels, which he had hidden from her. As soon as Shiori tried to break free from this relationship, Kazuhito's darker side emerged. Kazuhito wasn't just possessive, he was dangerous. He began to stalk her, harass her family, and threatened her in terrifying ways. On multiple occasions, Shiori went to the police, pleading for help. But shockingly, they dismissed her complaints. The police not only refused to take action, but some even blamed her for breaking Kazuhito's heart after accepting expensive gifts from him. Shiori finally mustered the courage to confront Kazuhito and told him she would never see him again. That very day, Kazuhito and his brother Takashi stormed into her home, threatening her family and spinning lies about debts she supposedly owed. But Shiori was prepared. She had secretly recorded everything. Armed with this evidence, she went to the police again. And once again, they did nothing. The terror only escalated. Silent calls, threatening letters, and posters slandering Shiori and her family appeared everywhere, but the police continued to ignore their pleas. Kazuhito's obsession was reaching its peak, and he was ready to take things even further. Kazuhito's brother Takashi hired a hitman, Yoshifumi Kubota, offering 20 million yen to carry out the job. Kubota, with the help of two others, began stalking Shiori, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Months passed, and when one day Shiori left her house, she was on her way to Okegawa Station, riding her bicycle as usual. Kubota was waiting. As Shiori dismounted her bike, Kubota walked up to her and, without hesitation, stabbed her in the side. She tried to turn, but it was too late. Kubota plunged the knife into her heart, leaving her bleeding on the ground. She was rushed to the hospital, but her injuries were too severe and was pronounced dead. The aftermath of her murder was almost as shocking as the crime itself. The Saitama police, desperate to cover up their incompetence, launched a campaign to discredit Shiori. They painted her as a promiscuous woman, fabricating stories about her involvement with other men. The media ran wild with these rumors, tarnishing her memory. But one journalist, Kiyoshi Shimizu, wouldn't let the truth die. He dug deep into the case, uncovering the harassment Shiori had endured and the police's negligence. His investigation blew the case wide open, and soon, the real story of Shiori's suffering became public. The Komatsu brothers, along with their hired hitmen, were arrested, and the truth finally came to light. Kazuhito, knowing the net was closing in on him, fled to Hokkaido. But his guilt consumed him. Kazuhito's body was found in a lake. He had committed suicide. He had planned his own death long before, writing a note before he had Shiori unalived. In the end, justice was served, though it came too late for Shiori. Kubota, the hitman, was sentenced to 18 years in prison. Kawakami and Ito each received 15 years. Takeshi Komatsu, the mastermind alongside his brother, was sentenced to life imprisonment, a sentence that was upheld despite his appeal. The police's failure to protect her led to a nationwide outcry, and 3 officers were eventually convicted for their negligence. They received suspended sentences, but the damage to the police's reputation was done. Shiori's family also won a lawsuit against the police, proving their incompetence but falling short of holding them fully responsible for her death.